Welcome to this mouth-watering journey into the vibrant world of a raw vegan diet. Whether you're on a quest for bonus energy, aiming to overcome gut issues, seeking to consume more fiber and nourishing foods, striving to shed excess weight, lower cholesterol levels, age supportively and gracefully, or simply craving a deeper connection with nutritious, fiber-rich foods, you've come to the right place. In this video, we'll explore the transformative power of embracing a raw vegan diet and why raw foods are truly incredible. We'll uncover the numerous ways in which this dietary choice can positively impact your life, from bolstering your well-being to promoting longevity. So, if you're curious about the potential health benefits and eager to make informed choices about your diet, stick around because we have a lot to discover together. From loading up on essential nutrients to dancing through life with a happier gut, we're covering it all. Throughout this presentation, we'll dive deep into the science-backed advantages of a raw vegan diet. We'll discuss the rich array of nutrients, the digestive benefits, the potential for weight management, and how this diet can contribute to lower cholesterol levels and help us to feel empowered and more alive. Moreover, we'll explore how it can be used to support strong, elegant, and healthy aging. By the time we conclude, you'll have a clear understanding of why a raw vegan diet may be the key to helping you unlock your full health and vitality potential. I went raw in 2014 at the age of 34 after dealing with decades of chronic gut issues, dysbiosis, leaky gut and candida overgrowth, painful and inflamed cystic acne, irregular periods, dysregulated hormones, and challenged metabolism, frustrating joint pain, headaches, and nightly heart palpitations. I was also always sick every couple of months with a cold, flu, yeast, or bladder infection. I wasn't breastfed as a baby, so my gut started out at a disadvantage. I had to do something about my health, and after making the vegan connection that fateful day in September 2014, I chose to only eat raw foods. My health completely changed in the first year and a half of eating this way. Now, as of this recording, I am over 9 years into this without any health complaints anymore and cannot even fathom going back. I have discovered so much about health along the way. It is my passion to share what I have learned and to help people focus on choosing more raw foods in their lives. So let's embark on this journey together and discover the remarkable advantages for radiant health and well-being through the raw vegan diet. Get ready to savor every moment of this presentation because we're about to create a raw vegan masterpiece and fall in love with real food together. Let me ask you a question. What's your dream meal experience, both during and after? Well, for most of us, it's pretty straightforward. We want our food to be an absolute feast for the senses, easily created, delicious, beautifully presented, and a pure joy to savor with every bite. And it doesn't stop there, does it? We crave that feeling of complete satisfaction once we've cleaned our plates. We want to feel full, but not stuffed. No more hunger pangs haunting us all day long. Instead, we want to be bursting with energy, ready to conquer the world, and embracing life with a radiant vitality that just won't quit. If we can do all of this in a way that also supports our health in the long term, that's even better. By the time we're done here, I hope that you will have a solid understanding and be armed with the knowledge of how to achieve all your mealtime desires, both during, eating, and after, thanks to the incredible power of incorporating ample, raw, and living foods into your daily diet. Get ready for a journey of vibrant health and a love affair with food that is not only delicious, but deeply nourishing. Let's talk about something that has been unfortunately ingrained in our society, that pesky grip of diet culture. It's everywhere, and most popular diet programs hinge on the idea that we must restrict our food intake dramatically, ignore our cravings, distract ourselves from eating anything, and over-exercise in order to shed those extra pounds. They hand us these structured plans that obsess over every little thing, make us scared of eating more calories, and push us to feel like we're juggling tiny portions on a tightrope. Now sure, it might work for a while, you might see some quick results on the scale, but let's be real here. It's like trying to hold your breath forever. Sooner or later, you gasp for air. That gasp? Well, that's what some call cheating. And once you've taken that first bite, we've been taught that it feels like the entire program goes up in smoke, and all your hard work was for nothing. This creates a binge and restrict cycle because we never learned how to eat appropriately and sustainably for life. And so begins the vicious cycle of being on the program and then off of it, all while carrying a heavy bag of guilt and not good enough thoughts around. Sound familiar? Yeah, it happened to me too for the longest time. Most of my adult life, I was terrified of eating more calories. I was scared of fruit and convinced that eating plants would leave me deficient. So I danced that sad dance of restriction and binging for most of my adult life. But then in 2014, I decided to make a change and stifle my fears with knowledge of a successful raw food diet. By embracing a diet rich in a wide variety of raw plant-based goodness, I realized I could eat as much as my heart desired and still lose weight. I wasn't even doing it for weight loss. That's just what my body desired when I started to fuel it abundantly and properly. It was like a symphony of flavors with the bonus colorful light show of health. It's not about being on or off a program. It's about making choices that you genuinely enjoy and can sustain in the long run. It's also not about perfection. It's about learning the foods that suit us best and how we can incorporate them into our diets. When you liberate yourself from the guilt of falling off the wagon and let go of the feeling that you've somehow failed, you can discover self-empowerment and a deeper motivation. Release diet culture. You realize that any choice is just a choice and an opportunity to learn from it. You also find yourself naturally drawn to healthier choices because you've built strong and sustainable habits while experiencing the incredible benefits. It's no longer an I have to, but instead an I want to. Now let's talk about something we all crave: boundless energy, especially as we gracefully age and aim to keep that zest for life. We want quality in our years, and hey, who doesn't want to look and feel younger because we support and care for our bodies? The anti-aging industry has blown up, with baby boomers leading the charge for a vibrant retirement, but all the potions, creams, surgeries, and pills just aren't the same as what we chew every single day. Now here's the scoop. When we dive into the world of raw and living foods, something magical happens. These foods, they're like a burst of vitality for our bodies. They're easier to digest, assimilate, and eliminate, freeing up loads of energy for our bodies to do what they do best: cleanse, heal, and repair. The result? We feel not just good, but fabulous, healthy, vital, and ready to conquer the world. And the science is there. Loads of well-documented research shouts from the rooftops that fresh, raw fruits and veggies are basically the superheroes of the food world. Here's why. First off, they're low in calories, but sky-high in hydration, nutrition, and fiber. So we can munch on them to our heart's content, feeling full and satisfied without adding on excess weight or feeling bogged down with uncomfortable fullness. They're rock in both soluble and insoluble fiber, doing wonders for calorie density, blood sugar levels, cholesterol levels, gut health, and keeping things moving smoothly in the colon. And let's not forget the good stuff. They're low in saturated fats, cholesterol-free, and have those healthy fats and fiber that keep our cholesterol in check and blood sugars dancing to a happy, stable tune. Plus, they're a nutrient powerhouse, delivering the goods our bodies crave, like vitamin C, E, and folate found in leafy greens, or the amazing things like sulforaphane in cruciferous veggies. And we can't forget to mention the dazzling array of phytonutrients and antioxidants, from chlorophyll to carotenoids, and also all the alkaline minerals that keep our bones happy. And let's not overlook the enzymes they bring to the digestion party. But here's the kicker. They're raw, untouched by high heats that can cause nutrient loss during cooking and potential new substance formation like acrylamides during certain high-temperature cooking methods. It's time to dig a little deeper into the fascinating world of calorie density. Calorie density is simply the number of calories in a given weight or volume of food. Whether we're talking cups or pounds, the calorie density of different foods stays consistent. For example, if one type of food packs twice the calories per pound as another, it'll also be twice the calories per cup. For this presentation, we're going to focus on calorie density in terms of calories per pound of food. As you can see here, this is the difference between similar volumes of food. We have 500 to 600 calories of raw plant goodness compared to the same volume of processed modern food, which could clock in at over 1,500 calories. Research has our back on this one. People tend to consistently consume a relatively consistent volume or weight of food each day. And here's where it gets interesting. If that food happens to be high in calorie density, you're likely to gobble up more calories than if they were lower in calorie density. Studies tell us that if the average calorie density of all the foods we munch on in a day hovers around 500 calories per pound or less, we tend to hit the sweet spot of consuming just the right amount of calories for our needs. Our hunger drive is a well-tuned survival mechanism, guiding us on meeting our biological needs, just like when we sense we're too hot, too cold, thirsty, or need some shut-eye. But here's the twist. Foods sky high in calorie density don't activate the I'm satisfied stretch receptor mechanism as easily as their lower density, high fiber, and high water content counterparts. Why? Because it takes more of those calorie-dense bites to fill our stomachs in volume compared to the less dense options. Let's break it down. 3 key players determine the calorie density of any given food. In order of importance, that would be water content, fat content, and then fiber content. Water steals the show here, playing the starring role, while fat and fiber take a close second and third place. Now for a quick calorie check. 1 pound of raw salad veggies, green sprouts, etc. gives you about 100 calories per pound, and fresh fruit clocks in around 300 calories per pound. Why so low? Because they're all packing a massive amount of hydration, keeping fat content low and rock and high fiber. The result? They're low-calorie density rock stars. Picture this. A vibrant raw salad packed with just veggies and sprouts will come in around 200 calories per pound. Now, while this is a healthy start, it's not nearly enough for us. So here's where the magic happens. We sprinkle in some fruit, maybe some avocado, or a small amount of nuts and seeds, or a little bit of dehydrated goodness to amp up the calorie density to the perfect level around 500 calories per pound. Avocado comes in around 800 calories per pound. Soaked nuts and seeds bring in about 1,800 calories per pound. And to show again the importance of water, unsoaked nuts and seeds are fascinating, hitting around 2,800 calories per pound. Now caution, too many nuts and seeds can tip the scales into calorie overload, but fear not, when we dance them together in appropriate amounts combined with fresh fruit, veggies, greens, and sprouts, we find that sweet spot of just right calorie density. As for the dehydrated delights, remember, water is the main determining factor in calorie density. So when we wave goodbye to the water, the calorie density goes up. Here is a visual feast to drive the point home. Fresh grapes are 310 calories per pound. But if you turn them into raisins, which are just dried grapes, they become 1,375 calories per pound. That's over 4 times the caloric punch, thanks to the simple act of taking the water away. But wait, there's more. Let's peek at some everyday foods with varying water content to further understand the importance of water content in calorie density. While I don't recommend eating these foods, they make for great examples. White pasta is 681 calories per pound. Then comes bread at 1,225 calories per pound. Then there's the fat-free saltine dried cracker. That one is 1,635 calories per pound. And, drumroll please, brown rice cakes hit the stage at 1,675 calories per pound. Notice a trend? Less water, higher calorie density. More water, lower calorie density. It's the magical dance of hydration and calorie density. Next, let's talk about the role of fats in the world of calorie density. Take canned tuna, packed in water, for instance. Obviously not a suggested choice, just as an example. It sits in at 500 calories per pound, while its oil-soaked canned counterpart, also less than ideal pick, amps it up to about 900 calories per pound, nearly twice the caloric amount just by adding fats in the form of oil. Now let's shift gears to the more appropriate fruity realm. Bananas and avocados both bring in a fairly equal amount of water and fiber to the table. But here's where the plot thickens. Bananas, with their low-fat charisma, flaunt around 400 calories per pound. Avocados, on the other hand, with their creamy, high-fat allure, clock in at about 800 calories per pound. Interesting twist? Despite the fat content, avocados boast less than half the calorie density of those brown rice cakes. It's a nod to the star of the show, water content, trumping fat content in the calorie density game. But let's not forget about fiber. It's there, doing its thing, but it's not stealing the spotlight like water does. Brown rice, a fiber-filled marvel, sits at 500 calories per pound, while its less fibrous cousin, white rice, tips the scales at 590 calories per pound. Whole wheat bread, packing a fiber punch, shows up at 1,135 calories per pound, while its refined counterpart, white bread, struts in at 1,225 calories per pound. Fiber has a say in calorie density, but it's not the headlining act. So here's the pro tip. If you're diving into foods with higher calorie density, team them up with some low-calorie champions. Start your meal, say at a restaurant, with a garden salad or a soup, and by the time the richer entree arrives, you're already a bit full, keeping your calorie density in that sweet spot. By now, it's crystal clear loading up on water-rich and fiber-rich raw and living foods is the secret sauce to feeling full and satisfied without going overboard on calories from denser options. As raw vegans, we can sprinkle in some calorie-dense goodies like nuts, seeds, or dehydrated treats to ensure we're getting enough calories for our daily adventures, all while maintaining a healthy, long-term, balanced weight. No need to kick any particular calorie-rich food off the program. Just keep it in a balanced and appropriate harmony with a symphony of other water and fiber-rich raw delights. Coming back to fiber, fiber is the indigestible hero found in plant foods. It's a true game changer for our bodies and our gut microbiomes. Fruits, vegetables, sprouts, microgreens, nuts, fresh herbs, and seeds are all rich sources of this dietary powerhouse. Beyond its role in decreasing calorie density, fiber boasts several crucial functions in our diet. First up, blood sugar regulation. Fiber ensures that the release of carbohydrates into the bloodstream is gradual, a key player in maintaining healthy blood sugar levels. Extensive studies over many decades have consistently demonstrated that high-fiber diets decrease the risk of developing type 2 diabetes and can help diabetics improve their health. And what about cholesterol? It's not just oat bran that does the trick. Dietary fiber falls into two major categories: soluble and insoluble. Soluble fiber binds to cholesterol in our intestines, escorting it out of the body. Scientific evidence abounds, showcasing that high-fiber diets, especially when low in fat, contribute to achieving and maintaining a healthy cholesterol level. But that's not all. Fiber is a champion when it comes to keeping everything moving through the intestines, giving us that light and energized feeling. Insoluble fiber takes the lead here. Research indicates that a higher fiber intake is associated with a lower incidence of colon cancer. Fiber also works its magic by absorbing many times its weight in water, helping to bulk up the stool. This process dilutes any substances that may irritate the walls of the large intestine. With low-fiber diets, waste products linger longer in the intestines, becoming more concentrated and potentially causing issues. Now let's talk about the gut microbiome, my absolute favorite topic. Fiber, indigestible by humans, is needed, loved, and fermented by our probiotics that live within us. Because the fiber that we eat provides food for the probiotics, it's called a prebiotic. Types of fiber like fructooligosaccharides, or FOS, and inulin, composed of fructose molecules, are probiotic favorites. Probiotics break down FOS and inulin into fructose and short-chain fatty acids like butyrate, propionate, and acetate, which boast anti-inflammatory properties and a plethora of other health benefits. In return, probiotics use the resulting fructose as a food source, and the anti-inflammatory fatty acids become a feast for the colonocyte cells lining our large intestine. This symbiotic dance alters the composition of organisms in the gastrointestinal microbiome. In simple terms, providing food for the probiotics through a variety of plant fiber helps them thrive and potentially displace less desirable microorganisms within the gut. The plant fiber that fuels them, in turn, helps us. Inulin and fructooligosaccharides occur naturally in over 36,000 different plant species. Some rich sources include banana, especially green ones with the resistant starches, dandelion greens, onion, my favorite vegetable, garlic, artichoke, sunchokes, leek, yacon, shallot, chicory and chicory family options like endive and radicchio, jicama, asparagus, and more. Dandelion greens and sunchokes are especially potent sources of prebiotic fiber. Numerous other commonly consumed raw foods, such as lettuce, snap peas, snow peas, carrots, peaches, blackberries, watermelon, navel oranges, black grapes, raspberries, sprouted lentils, and some whole grains and legumes provide smaller amounts of these beneficial fiber types. Fruits and vegetables, among their multitude of benefits, supply plenty of this fiber and other beneficial types of fiber for our microbiome. It's just one of the many advantages of incorporating generous quantities and varieties of raw fruits and vegetables into your daily diet. Studies show that those who eat the most varieties of plants every week, meaning 30 or more different types of plant fibers, have some of the strongest and healthiest guts. And what about saturated fat and cholesterol? Well, raw fruits and vegetables, true to their nature, are naturally mostly low in fat and contain absolutely no cholesterol. Cholesterol is exclusively present in animal products and foods derived from animals. Contrary to common belief, staples like coconuts, avocados, nuts, and seeds, while rich in fat, are devoid of cholesterol. It's worth noting that the fats in these foods are not only healthier than those found in animal products, but in some cases are essential to our health, as we'll soon discover. Following our discussion on the interplay between fiber and cholesterol, let's now unravel how different dietary fats influence cholesterol levels. Whenever we consume any type of fat, our body generates a substance you've probably heard of, bile. Produced in the liver and stored in the gallbladder, bile is released into the small intestine when needed to aid in fat digestion. Its primary role is to emulsify fat, breaking down large fragments into smaller ones for easier digestion. Now, here's the connection. The more fat we consume, the more bile our body needs to produce. The main ingredient in bile is cholesterol. Therefore, a high-fat meal signals the liver to create more bile and release more bile into the small intestine than a low-fat meal. Furthermore, The types of fats prevalent in the Western and animal-based diet, such as long-chain, saturated, and trans fats, demand more bile production and hence more cholesterol compared to the unsaturated fats found in whole nuts, seeds, and avocados. These high-fat and low-fiber foods, often found in commercially produced animal products and a myriad of processed foods, pose a serious challenge. They cause the body to generate excess cholesterol to produce enough bile for emulsification. However, due to their low fiber content, these foods fail to bind to the surplus of cholesterol, creating an imbalance that the body struggles to manage. In addition to this, because animal products have cholesterol in them already, we get extra cholesterol directly from the animal products we consume, further contributing to the cholesterol and bile your body produces in response to the dietary fats consumed. To sum it up, the more fat you consume, the more cholesterol your body will produce to manage it. Cholesterol originates from two sources: animal foods and your body's natural production processes. On the flip side, though, opting for low-fat and high-fiber whole natural plant foods, including plenty of raw and living foods, prompts the liver to produce reduced amounts of cholesterol required for bile synthesis. Fresh, raw, and living foods are rich in fiber that can effectively act as mops that bind to any excess cholesterol, maintaining cholesterol levels within the body at a healthy balance. The fiber in these plant foods forms a binding partnership with cholesterol in the small intestine, preventing its absorption and entry into the bloodstream. Even in higher fat raw foods, such as avocados, nuts, and seeds, the fats present are of the healthier, unsaturated variety. Unlike the long-chain saturated fats and trans fats found in commercially produced animal foods and processed items, these unsaturated fats are liquid at room temperature and provide more fluid and flexible structures, making them a lot easier for the body to break down. Because of their favorable characteristics and inclusion of fiber as part of the food itself, remember, animal products do not contain fiber, these high-fat plant foods require less bile for emulsification, leading to a lower production of cholesterol. Furthermore, because these plant foods are also rich in their own fiber content, they further aid in binding to excess cholesterol. Notably, when paired with other raw and living foods, picture a creamy sesame dressing drizzled over a raw vegetable salad, or a small smear of cashew cream cheese on a fiber-loaded vegetable wrap, additional fiber is introduced into the meal, further enhancing its ability to bind to excess cholesterol. Essential fatty acids are so important as well, and we need to discuss those. Your body relies on two types of fats that it can't produce on its own and must be derived from the diet. One is an omega-3 fat, known as alpha-linolenic acid. The other is an omega-6 fat, named linoleic acid. While omega-6 fats typically promote inflammation, omega-3 fats work to reduce it. The key lies in maintaining an optimal ratio between omega-6 and omega-3, ideally falling between 1:1 and 4:1. When the intake of omega-6 fats exceeds 4 times the amount of omega-3 fats, it often results in an excess of inflammation in the body, potentially leading to various health challenges like aggravated arthritis, skin issues, hormonal imbalances, and damage to blood vessel walls, a factor contributing to heart disease. Unfortunately, the average American consumes a staggering 20 times more omega-6 fats than omega-3 fats. This also causes struggles for your body to convert omega-3 into EPA and DHA, which it can do when the balance is appropriate. Only one family of enzymes converts both omega-3 fats into EPA and DHA, and omega-6 fats into pro-inflammatory compounds. When the diet is rich in omega-6 fats, the ability to convert omega-3 fats diminishes, leading to increased inflammation and reduced benefits from EPA and DHA. Hence, maintaining a balance between the two is crucial. Omega-6 fats are predominantly found in animal products and processed foods, along with some nuts and oils, while omega-3 fats abound in leafy green vegetables, flax seeds, chia seeds, hemp seeds, certain types of algae, and is a well-known nutrient in cold water fish such as wild salmon, but we don't recommend using fish to get it. Smaller amounts of omega-3 fats can also be found in fruits and non-green vegetables. A single heaping tablespoon of chia or a level tablespoon of flax seeds can meet the daily omega-3 requirements for most individuals, keeping in mind that they keep their omega-6 intake at an appropriate level. Considering the prevalent consumption of processed foods and commercially produced animal products in Western societies, the fatty acid profile of the typical diet tends to promote excess inflammation. Wild animals, akin to those consumed by our ancestors, featured lower fat content and a superior fatty acid profile compared to modern commercially produced animals. Even organic animals, while possibly containing fewer environmental contaminants, still exhibit a suboptimal fatty acid profile. And we don't even need to eat these beautiful animals anyways, when we have an abundance of amazing plant foods that can keep us healthy and balanced. In essence, a diet grounded in raw fruits, vegetables, certain nuts and seeds, especially one without oils, abundant in greens, and incorporating flax and chia seeds daily, provides sufficient omega-3 fats without the excessive omega-6 fats often found in standard Western diets. So what about healthy fats and blood sugar regulation? The levels of glucose, or blood sugar, in our bodies are primarily regulated by the hormone insulin. Insulin acts as a guide, escorting glucose out of the bloodstream and into the cells, thereby maintaining blood sugar at an appropriate level. However, when insulin encounters difficulties in performing its role effectively, it fails to escort glucose out of the bloodstream, leading to prolonged and elevated blood sugar levels. This phenomenon is known as insulin resistance and stands as a primary factor in the development of type 2 or adult onset diabetes. Within each of our cells lies a protective membrane that separates the inside of the cell with the world outside of it. This cell membrane is predominantly composed of fat. Fat is very important in our bodies. Our cells need them, and that is why our choice of fats is also incredibly important. The fats we consume in our diet ultimately become the fats that create both our cell membranes and fat cells. The insulin receptor, crucial for the hormone's function, resides within the cell membrane and is heavily influenced by the types of fats that created the membrane. An excess of saturated fats, trans fats, and omega-6 fats, coupled with a diminished amount of omega-3 fats in the diet, significantly contributes to the development of insulin resistance. These fats are more rigid and are unfriendly to insulin. In instances of insulin resistance, the cell fails to respond adequately to insulin, resulting in the retention of more glucose in the bloodstream, thus keeping blood sugar levels persistently high. What we eat greatly determines the integrity and structure of our cells, which ultimately determines how effective insulin will be at doing its job. Numerous studies have consistently shown that diets rich in high-fiber, whole natural plant foods, as opposed to processed foods and animal products, can wield a profound influence on insulin sensitivity and blood sugar levels. Remarkably, positive changes can be observed within a matter of weeks when transitioning to a diet emphasizing these wholesome plant-based choices and focusing on proper fat intake with an appropriate omega-3 to 6 ratio in the diet. Vitamins and minerals are also abundantly present in raw fruits and vegetables, nuts, and seeds in a holistic, whole food complex with cofactors. There's considerable debate in popular media about the necessity and benefits of vitamin and mineral supplements, with some even questioning their potential detriments. These are valid inquiries, and undoubtedly, as time unfolds, ongoing research will provide more insights into this complex subject. What current research does indicate, though, is the abundant and absorbable nature of vitamins and minerals in fresh fruits and vegetables. A crucial aspect of vitamins and minerals is their synergistic nature, the way they are made to work together like a great orchestra. They collaborate to achieve their biochemical objectives in the body. A notable example of this synergy is seen in vitamin C and E. Vitamin C is predominantly found in fresh fruits and green vegetables, while vitamin E is present in vegetables, nuts, and seeds. Together, they act as antioxidants, working in tandem to neutralize free radicals before those free radicals can inflict damage on our cells. Certain vitamins and minerals also assist in the absorption of others in the digestive system. Another noteworthy vitamin found in fruits and vegetables is folate, crucial for DNA formation and cell growth. Folate is very sensitive to heat, making fresh fruits and vegetables, particularly leafy greens, excellent sources. Remember, in foliage, you find folate, reflecting the interconnectedness of its name with its source. It's so important to eat and chew plant foods in their whole form, the way nature intended. Fruits and vegetables offer a comprehensive package containing various vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, and likely other compounds awaiting discovery. Whether to opt for supplementation or not is a personal decision, and it's advisable to undergo blood tests to assess your current levels before making that choice. However, one can rest assured that one of the most effective ways to obtain nutrients is through chewing whole foods, encompassing a diverse variety of them to cover all of our needs. Supplements should complement a healthy diet, not replace it, as they often consist of isolated nutrients lacking the synergistic companions found in nature. Beyond vitamins and minerals is a treasure trove of other nutrients that contribute significantly to human health, like phytonutrients and antioxidants. Phyto meaning they are derived from plants. Among the most apparent phytonutrients, owing to its green hue, is chlorophyll. Crucial for photosynthesis, chlorophyll is essential for plants to convert carbon dioxide, sunlight, water, and soil minerals into energy, the carbohydrates found within them that in turn fuel our bodies and other important plant tissues. Interestingly, the chlorophyll molecule bears a striking resemblance to the heme molecule found in human red blood cells, and it possesses antioxidant properties. Ever heard that carrots are beneficial for eye health? This statement holds substantial truth backed by research. Carrots contain an abundance of carotenoids, a group of phytonutrients with yellow, orange, and red pigments that function as antioxidants in the body. If you've ever observed individuals with an orange tint to the palm of their hands, it's likely due to carotenoids stored in fat cells beneath the skin because they eat a lot of them. Carrots and yellow vegetables, particularly rich in yellow pigments like lutein and zeaxanthin, greatly contribute to eye health. These pigments safeguard the macula, the back of the eyeball, from the sun's harmful rays. Lutein and zeaxanthin work synergistically, and their optimal sources include yellow and green vegetables such as summer squash, carrots, and all the leafy greens. But you might wonder about the connection between leafy greens and these pigments, since greens themselves aren't even yellow or orange. Consider the phenomenon of leaves transforming into vibrant hues in the fall. As daylight diminishes, chlorophyll production wanes, revealing the pigments beneath, always present but concealed by the darker chlorophyll. This exposes why greens can also serve as an excellent source of yellow pigment nutrients, lutein and zeaxanthin. Raw fruits and vegetables also contain valuable alkaline minerals, including potassium, magnesium, and calcium. A specific study highlighted the role of alkaline minerals from fruits and vegetables in maintaining bone mineral density in elderly individuals. The researchers attribute this positive outcome to the alkalinity generated by these minerals. In our bodies, the byproducts of metabolism are predominantly acidic, particularly in the breakdown of proteins. While various essential acids like amino acids, fatty acids, and short-chain fatty acids exist in the body, not all acids are detrimental, many being essential for life. However, the consumption of alkaline foods plays a vital role in countering this acidity. Research suggests that the body may utilize calcium from our bones to neutralize acidity. Therefore, incorporating alkalizing foods into our diet could contribute to maintaining bone health by potentially reducing the need for additional calcium to buffer the effects of our dietary choices. Now, the enzyme theory is often cited by many raw food enthusiasts as a significant reason to embrace raw foods, but the concept of enzymes remains a topic of debate. From a scientific standpoint, enzymes are not living entities. They are simply protein molecules that initiate specific biochemical reactions in all living organisms, including plants and animals. Research indicates that plant enzymes reside within plant cells and are released when plant cell walls undergo breakdown, such as through chewing, chopping, blending, or juicing. Heating plants above approximately 104 to 121 degrees Fahrenheit may cause these enzymes to denature or break down. While some may say that heat kills enzymes, it's more accurate to state that they break down and lose their catalytic function as they are not alive in the first place. Imagine putting a piece of apple in your mouth. As you begin chewing, the plant cell walls within the apple break down, releasing enzymes that actively contribute to the digestion of the apple. Simultaneously, the carbohydrate digesting enzymes in your saliva mix with the apple during chewing, further aid in breaking down and digesting the apple. This underscores the crucial role of chewing, as digestion initiates in the mouth, making it one of the most effective ways to extract optimal nutrition from what we eat. Upon swallowing, when the apple mixture reaches your stomach, the enzymes from the apple and your saliva persist in digesting the mixture until the stomach's acid digestive juices neutralize them. Stomach acid excels at breaking down proteins, including enzymes, into smaller components known as amino acids. Given that enzymes are proteins, any enzymes entering the stomach are eventually broken down by the stomach acid. This highlights the importance of thorough chewing, allowing enzymes more time to perform their functions. Chewing raw plant foods well is crucial for releasing enzymes from plant cells, providing the body with a head start in digestion. This approach reduces the digestive workload, requiring less energy and leaving you feeling lighter and more energetic compared to consuming heated foods without active enzymes or insufficiently chewing your food in general. While blending is even more effective at breaking down plant cell walls and releasing enzymes, it's essential to remember that chewing smoothies is still vital for improved ingredient absorption through saliva mixing. After being in the stomach, food heads into the small intestine and mixes with bile from the liver and enzymes from the pancreas to digest everything even further. Eventually, food is adequately broken down and subsequently absorbed into the body. Similar to enzymes, the nutrients in food can undergo damage or loss when exposed to heat, with some nutrients being more susceptible to cooking-induced losses than others. Vitamins, classified into water-soluble and fat-soluble types, are particularly affected by heat. Water-soluble vitamins like vitamin C and B complex, stored in water-containing parts of the plants, are more prone to heat damage than fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, which are stored in the fatty areas of the plant. The insulating effect of fat tends to preserve fat-soluble vitamins better than water-soluble ones during heating. Vitamin C is especially susceptible to heat damage, with over 30% loss occurring through boiling, even for a brief period. Cooking methods that contribute most to nutrient loss, ranked from least to most damaging, are as follows: steaming, boiling, stewing, baking, frying, broiling, and grilling. Higher temperatures and prolonged cooking times exacerbate nutrient loss for both water and fat-soluble vitamins. Eating raw and living foods maximizes the intake of these crucial nutrients. Unlike vitamins, though, minerals, being elements and not molecules, are generally less affected by heat. However, minerals can be lost if food is cooked in a liquid and then strained. A great example of this is boiling food.
Apart from nutrient loss, certain cooking methods at higher temperatures can lead to the formation of new substances, known in the scientific literature as cooked food toxins. These include acrylamide, AGEs, or advanced glycation end products, heterocyclic amines, nitrosamines, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons.
Now, what are all those? Let's dive in. Acrylamide, considered a cancer-causing industrial chemical, forms in cooked foods at temperatures exceeding 248 degrees Fahrenheit or 120 degrees Celsius. It's notably present in items like French fries and potato chips. They are not present in raw and living foods. AGEs, or advanced glycation end products, are formed during the cooking of high-fat, high-protein animal foods and have been linked to age-accelerating processes. These are also not found in raw and living foods. Heterocyclic amines, suspected contributors to cancer, form in muscle meats cooked above 302 degrees Fahrenheit or 150 degrees Celsius, with higher temperatures and prolonged cooking times increasing their formation. Cooking methods like pan frying, broiling, and barbecuing are more likely to produce heterocyclic amines when cooking muscle meats.
Nitrosamines represent a group of chemicals predominantly formed during the cooking of food and are recognized as carcinogenic. Nitrates and nitrites are commonly added to foods for preservation and color fixation, with processed meats like sausages, hot dogs, bacon, cold cuts, and other meat products frequently containing these additives to maintain a desirable pink color. Nitrite pickling salt, along with livestock feed, non-fat dairy milk, fish byproducts, and beer also contain these preservatives. Nitrosamines arise from the interaction of nitrites and nitrates with amines present in food, particularly amino acids, which are the building blocks of protein. The conditions conducive to nitrosamine formation include the acidic environment of the stomach and exposure to high temperatures during cooking methods like frying and grilling. Additionally, tobacco smoke is a significant source of nitrosamines. Both vitamin C and vitamin E have demonstrated inhibitory effects on nitrosamine formation. These vitamins play a crucial role in blocking nitrosamine production with the acidic gastric juices of the stomach. Unfortunately, cooking may diminish the vitamin C content, potentially reducing its effectiveness in neutralizing nitrosamine production when consuming cooked foods. Raw and living foods, abundant in both vitamin C and E, offer a potential counterbalance to nitrosamine formation when exposed to nitrates or nitrites, though it's advisable to minimize their consumption in general.
Polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons are a family of organic compounds primarily resulting from incomplete combustion of carbon-containing fuels like wood, coal, gas, and oil. Their prevalence is closely linked to modern living and energy production, making them widespread pollutants. 7 individual polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons are classified as probable human carcinogens by the Environmental Protection Agency. While exposure to polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons can occur through various means, inhalation of air around us is the primary mode. These compounds are released into the air from sources like volcanoes, forest fires, wood smoke, automobile exhaust, coal tar, asphalt, cigarette smoke, trash incineration facilities, and even, yes, cooking oil fumes. Additional exposure happens through the consumption of grilled or charred meats and processed or pickled foods. Raw and living foods stand out as they contain none of these harmful substances, providing a wealth of synergistic nutrients unmatched by any other type of food. So all that said, embracing a diet rich in raw and living foods heralds a myriad of health benefits that underscore their significance in promoting overall well-being.
The abundance of synergistic nutrients within a whole food complex, coupled with their optimal absorption, sets raw foods apart as a nutritional powerhouse. Unlike isolated supplements, raw fruits and vegetables offer a comprehensive spectrum of vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, antioxidants, and enzymes, contributing to the body's vitality and resilience. The low-calorie density of raw plant foods combined with their high fiber content facilitates weight management and supports digestive health. Moreover, the absence of cholesterol and minimal saturated fats align with heart-healthy dietary choices. The water-rich nature of raw fruits and vegetables not only aids in digestion, but also resonates with the body's composition, emphasizing their natural compatibility with human physiology. Beyond the nutritional advantages, raw foods contribute to increased energy levels, a testimony often shared by individuals who incorporate more raw items into their diets. The ease of digestion associated with raw foods allows the body to redirect energy towards healing and rejuvenation, fostering a holistic approach to health. Furthermore, the avoidance of harmful substances generated through cooking, such as acrylamide, advanced glycation end products, heterocyclic amines, nitrosamines, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, underscores the purity and safety of raw food choices. In conclusion, the allure of raw food lies in their ability to deliver a diverse array of health benefits, from nutritional richness to digestive ease and heightened energy levels. Choosing to incorporate more raw and living foods into one's diet emerges as a proactive step towards holistic health, embodying a commitment to nourishing the body with the finest nature has to offer. There are so many wonderful recipes out there to help you enjoy more raw foods in your life. Explore some ways you can enjoy more raw foods and experiment with new flavors, varieties of plants, and raw food preparation methods to nourish and have fun with healthy foods. We love choosing raw food for all of these reasons and more. We find cleanup to be easier, and we love how creative we can get with the meals we make. I eat so much more variety today than I ever have, and I feel free knowing I am in control of what I choose to eat, and I choose to eat raw and living foods. I hope this presentation inspires you to choose more raw and living foods as well.